DJI have just launched a new version of their Flight app. This is 1.13.4, and before all of you start getting incredibly excited, hoping that there might be some new cool features for your DJI drone, unfortunately, it does look like this is only really bringing new features if you have the DJI Avata series drones. But if you have the DJI Mini series, Air series or Mavic 3 series, in this video I'm going to go through and see if there is anything new and update you on what DJI have fixed, which has certainly been broken for quite some time. So let's get into it. So first of all, it is available for download on the App Store if you have an iOS device. If you have an Android phone with the DJI Flight app already installed, when you open up your DJI Flight app, it will prompt you there is one available, or indeed now the new feature of these controllers is you will also get a prompt, as you can see on screen right now, when there is a new firmware update on this piece of kit. This is the DJI RC2, and of course there is the original RC, which is the one without the antennas. Now this is a really cool feature. As you can see, as I first turn my controller on, I got a little notification, swipe down on my screen, it's telling us there is an update available. If I go into the menu, you can also see where it says about that there is an update available there as well, and we can click and choose either option to make that update. So what we're going to do is just update this controller, which of course is compatible with the DJI Mini 4 Pro and the Air 3, and this is an update that so many of you have been waiting for, but I'll explain a little bit later on in the video why this is the case. So now that's downloaded, we're going to go ahead and click install. It's going to turn off and restart, and then once it's back on, as you can see, this is now the DJI Flight app 1.13.4. Now a couple of updates ago, DJI actually broke something on the DJI screen controllers, the RC and the RC2, basically meaning when your controller was in the normal mode, so normal speed mode, on the DJI Flight app it was actually showing as P mode for position mode. Now on the DJI RC controller, the one without the antennas, DJI did offer a new update to basically fix that problem. However, for some bizarre reason, on this controller right here, they had not actually done it. However, with this DJI Flight 1.13.4, I'm happy to say, as you can see on the screen recording that I'm showing right now, if we switch from sport to normal to cine, in the top right corner, it does show as normal. So that's really good that they finally fixed that. Now, when it comes to any particular new features, I have been looking all through the menus for a couple of drones. I've been using the DJI Mini 3 Pro, the DJI Mini 2, the DJI Mini 4 Pro, also the DJI Air 3 and the Mavic 3 Classic. And unfortunately, as you may see if you are watching a few of these videos from other content creators, unless you have got the DJI Avata, when it comes to the rest of us, there is absolutely nothing new, okay? No particular new features or anything like that, other than the fact that DJI have fixed that position mode indicator, so it now displays correctly as normal. But that's not the end of the video, because of course we always like to take a drone that I pick at random to go out for a test flight, just to make sure that the equipment, the drone, the DJI Flight app, and of course the controller are working exactly as they should. So my weapon of choice for this flight is the DJI Mini 4 Pro, a firm favourite of mine on the channel, and I just think it does an absolutely fantastic job, and I cannot believe the capabilities of this drone in a 249 gram package. It is quite incredible. However, of course, I don't want to stay in the air too long, because if I just tilt my camera up slightly, you're gonna see that it is currently raining. Yes guys, it's not raining particularly heavily, but I am putting my drone up in the air during the spitting rain to bring you this update so you know whether you can install or not. Now, just checking the signal quality, of course this drone is doing absolutely magnificently in this high interference area. With of course the DJI Mini 4 Pro, we do have that 5.2 gigahertz frequency, which basically means it's much less congested than the usual 2.4 or 5.8, and basically it guarantees we're going to get a really strong signal. Not quite as good a signal as what you can get on the DJI Mini 4 Pro, but I'm going to leave that to you to watch, because I'll leave a link at the end of this video so you can check out exactly what I mean there. As part of my testing, I'm also going to check to see if quick shots are doing what they're supposed to do and that we can select a target. Now, previously on my channel, I've shown how you can use quick shots to get some absolutely brilliant footage. And once again, if you're curious about how you can use quick shots in a really innovative new way to get cinematic shots, which basically you can't fly yourself, again, check out the video that I will leave a link to at the end of this one, okay? Because I think you might find that quite interesting. And basically, as you can see, I'm going to select that rocket. Rocket's really cool because it just flies above the target, then heads upwards, something that's really difficult to actually do with manual flying. And of course, as you can see, I've selected the target, the rocket quick shot has executed absolutely perfectly, and it's just returning back to the home point so we can get on with our next test. Now, one thing I really like to test on my videos is the built-in safety feature that is called Return to Home. Return to Home is a great feature on DJI drones, and it basically means that if you do get into trouble, either if you just get a little bit lost, or if you lose your signal, or indeed if the drone figures that you're getting a little bit too far for the remaining battery you've got remaining, what it will do is it will execute a return to home. Now, all we can do is, of course, press this button on screen right here just to execute a manual return to home. What the drone is then going to do is just swing round and start heading in the direction with which we took off from. Now, in my DJI Fly app, I actually have my return to home altitude set at only 60 meters. Now, you may see that I was already flying above that, and this is also a great feature of DJI drones. What they do is if you are already flying above what you've got set in the DJI Fly app, it will stick at that higher altitude, basically because it thinks that you know that flying at that altitude is safer than moving down to what's set in the DJI Fly app. However, of course, if I do cancel the return to home, and just to show if I fly below that, so if I take the drone below 60 meters and then hit the return to home, as you can see, it does rise to that 60 meters, and that's a really cool feature I like from DJI. Now, these updates are quite popular on my channel, so I like to just give bits of information that you might not be aware of. Now, when it comes to flying your DJI drone during return to home, not many people know this, but if you are returning to home, the drone will do so, depending on your model, usually around 10.8 meters per second. However, what you can do if you are experiencing quite strong winds, you can actually push your stick forward during a return to home situation, and what it will do is it will actually accelerate your drone to its maximum speed, which is really, really cool if you want to get home that little bit quicker. So there we go. That is a pretty brief explanation of the DJI Fly 1.13.4. Essentially, if you're a Avata user, you've got some cool additional features, and this DJI Fly app is designed to work in tandem with that. But if you don't have any of those, and you've got the regular ones that I tend to review on my channel, as it seems, there's no particular new features. But at the end of the day, we have got that position mode fixed back to N mode like it should be. And most importantly, everything seems to be working exactly as it should. So if you did find this video useful, please do give it a big thumbs up. It's really appreciated. And more importantly, it tells the YouTube algorithm more people just like you might want to watch my content. Subscribe if you're awesome. And until next time, see you again soon.